Hey everyone, it's Al from the Cirrus Minute. And before we get going, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you'll never miss another Cirrus Minute or any of the other videos I may put out. But most importantly, you get to be part of the growing community. People from all over the world are sharing their thoughts and stories below in the comments, and you can participate, engage, and learn from them as well. Anyway, thanks for watching.
It's the month of March 20th, 2020, and here's what's up. I've been using Cirrus IQ, and no joke, it's been boosting my flying IQ. Our Cirrus Training Center pilotsmith just took delivery of a brand new simulator for you to use. And how about an inside look at Duluth? Yeah, that's right, our headquarters up in Duluth, Minnesota. This is the Cirrus Minute. I'm Al Water with Cirrus Aircraft, and the best part of my role is helping people grow and lead aviation in Illinois and Wisconsin. With all that fun and excitement, I would be remiss if I didn't share all of that with you, so welcome to the Cirrus Minute. It's an every other week update of events, stories, achievement, and noteworthy ideas here in Illinois and Wisconsin. Well, at the end of February, I ended up taking some friends and a customer down to St. Louis for dinner. And when we landed, we flew into the St. Louis Lambert International Airport, which, by the way, is a cool airport to fly into. And it's much more approachable than you may think. I highly recommend it. But when we put our fuel order in, we grabbed a crew car and off we went to dinner. But then when we were at dinner, we started to think like, did the FBO actually fuel the airplane? You know what? We hope that the plane's all ready by the time we get back. Our food arrived, and then it hit me, and I said, hey, wait, we can actually check. So I pulled out my phone and opened up the Cirrus IQ app, and I did a pilot data request. And about 2 minutes later, we ended up getting a ping back from the airplane and downloaded all the information from the plane to the phone into the app, and we noticed something, that the FBO actually put all 15 gallons of fuel that we ordered into one wing. Now we had a fuel imbalance. So what we ended up doing is making a quick phone call back to the FBO in between a few bites of our dinner, and we had them put 10 gallons of fuel in the opposite wing. So that nullified the fuel imbalance, and that, most importantly, saved us 45 minutes of extra hassle by the time we got to the FBO. Just think about that. When you actually go out and do your pre-flight at night and get in the plane and you have a warning light that comes on and flashes, and then realizing that you have a fuel imbalance, calling up the FBO, going inside and reordering fuel, waiting for them to pump it, and then cashing that fuel out again, yeah, that adds up pretty quickly in terms of time. I got really excited because this is one of the first ways that I personally use Cirrus IQ, and really, it clicked with me. The power behind this and where it's going is absolutely incredible. I wanted to introduce you to Pilotsmith. They're a Cirrus Training Center up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, based in the executive FBO. And this is Charlie and his team. And last time I was up there, it was really cool. They showed me their new flight simulator, which is a Flight 1 simulator that's based off of the Cirrus SR22 Turbo or 22 or SR20. But the really powerful thing about this is that it actually has the complete layout of the Perspective Plus panel. All of the features, the home button, the joystick, the autopilot, it's all there. I actually sat down and got to fly it for a few minutes and realized that I'm going to be heading up there to reinvest in my own training. But this simulator is there for you to use as well. It's a great tool, especially if you're learning to fly or working on your instrument rating. You can use it and feel comfortable and gain some knowledge of what buttons to push in the Perspective Plus profiles, how to land, all of that. Well, you can go to pilotsmith.com and learn a little bit more about that simulator and even set up an appointment. I'll link to this in the show notes below, so check that out, pilotsmith.com. We're very fortunate in our area to be so close to Duluth, Minnesota, and it's absolutely awesome. It's an easy day trip from Chicago. It's about a 2-hour and 30-minute flight up. But the best part is that you usually have a strong tailwind going home, and it's an hour and 30 minutes. You leave by 9 a.m. in Chicago. You're in Duluth by lunchtime. A couple hours there, and you could be home by 6 p.m. or so back here in Chicago. That's my typical trip. But every time I go up to Duluth, I'm absolutely blown away by how much and how fast Duluth is changing. There are so many great new people there, but there's a lot of friends that I've had since I started working at Cirrus. There's a few here that I'd like to introduce to you. Kathy Pikinen, she's in charge of helping develop us as professionals inside of Cirrus. We have Laura Olson, who was actually the very first person that ever called me at Cirrus Aircraft and a lot of the reason why I work here. And then we have Amy Voss. She lives in Chicago, but also manages a lot through Duluth and Knoxville, Tennessee, but oversees a lot of our Cirrus training operations on the Eastern Seaboard. She upholds the standards of quality of training and everything that you see on cirrusapproach.com. She has a lot of influence. And it's pretty amazing to be able to work with these people. These are just a few of all the people that we get to work with. Makes it a really fun place to work. And if you're interested in potentially working for Cirrus, you can go to cirrusaircraft.com/careers and check it out. There's lots of opportunities as we start to grow. I'd love to work with you one day. And one more thing before we wrap up the Cirrus Minute. There's been so many cool nicknames thrown out there to name this purple airplane, but I can't decide what to do, so I need your help. In the middle of March, keep your eyes out on my Instagram at al.waterloo for a naming bracket tournament in honor of March Madness, of course. But we're going to pick the best 8 names, and we're going to have them fight it out to the very end, and we're going to create some polls to officially name the purple airplane. So keep an eye out on my Instagram at al.waterloo. You will be able to vote and poll there. But as a personal thanks, hey, for all of you that have showed up to fly in the purple airplane, perfectly color coordinated with shoes and socks, you rock. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's update on the Cirrus Minute, and I'll see you around Illinois and Wisconsin. I'm really excited to connect with you. If you have a noteworthy story or an idea, send me an email at awaterloo@cirrusaircraft.com. Do me a favor and share a picture of you doing something with aviation by posting it on Instagram and tagging me at al.waterloo. I'll be sure to comment and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from. That way you never miss an update on what's going on in our area. Until next time, I'm Al Waterloo, and this is the Cirrus Minute.